It's good to be with you again. Believe it or not, we're 15 days into this journey as we try to discover, along with Moses, what life looks like if we live it on purpose. And we're going to be in Exodus 3 again. And so far, we've discovered with Moses in a setting similar to this, I suppose, with mountains and desert, so a couple of things, the questions we've asked. First of all, we've asked, where are you? And we've all discovered our here in life. And then we asked God, who are you, God? And we discovered that He is existence itself, the great I am. Today we come with a third question, and that question is found in actually Moses says it in Exodus chapter 3, verses 10 through 11. The question is, who am I? It's a very existential question, by the way. This is a question, if you understand what it, existential means the idea of existing. Why am I here? What is life all about? What is my purpose? Moses asked this question in Exodus chapter 3, verse 10. He says, "Come and I will send you to Pharaoh that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt." That's what God said to Moses. But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?" That's the question that we want to look at today. And I don't think that really Moses is dealing with an existential kind of 80-year-old shepherd kind of meaning of life deal. He's not really asking, who am I? He's asking, who am I? There's something behind the question that shows that he doesn't feel like he's really the right person, that God's got it all wrong. And so I think that he, like us, has these three unwords that I just want to look at today. They start with UN. The first one is unworthy. I believe that Moses is saying, who am I? Because I'm unworthy. God, don't you know I've got a past? Don't you know that I was raised in Egypt? And though I had a short upbringing in the Hebrew faith, I'm not a very spiritual guy. I was raised very worldly in Pharaoh's palace and all the ways of the world. And then I tried to be a hero and change things and be the great deliverer and end up committing murder trying to save a fellow Hebrew of mine. And now I'm on the run and Pharaoh wants to kill me. God, you've got this all wrong. I am unworthy. I am not, you need a godly person, and I'm not a godly person. Maybe you feel that way. Maybe as you're considering your purpose in life, you're going, God, you got this all wrong. You can't use me. I've got a past. I was terrible in high school. I was terrible last week. I've committed adultery. I've been divorced. I've been in jail. I've committed crimes. I've hurt people. I've abused people. I don't know what it is, but I bet there's something in your life. If you're like most humans, you go, God, I'm not worthy. You can't use me. The second unword is the word unimportant. God, who am I? I'm unimportant. He might have said it this way. I'm just a shepherd. I'm a guy that has no skills. I'm not marketable. I don't have another career. This is the end of my life. I'm going to waste my days away here in the desert with a bunch of sheep and goats and a family that I'm happy with. I'm just a shepherd. And you must have the wrong guy. You need somebody that's got some leadership skills and some greatness behind them. I think that you and I often feel the same way. We feel just like Moses in that we feel unimportant. Why don't you fill this blank in just for an activity this week, maybe with your small group, maybe with your family. I'm not a deliverer, God. I'm just a teacher. I'm not going to do anything great for you. I'm just a kid. I'm just a retired person. I'm just a, middle manager. What is your just a? I think Moses was thinking in that mountain on that day, God, you've got the wrong guy. Who am I? I'm just a shepherd. And then the third unword is the word unknown. He must have thought, God, who am I? I have no title. I have no position. I have no authority. You're sending me into the palace of Pharaoh. Have you heard of the pyramids, the wealth, the power? God, I'm this shepherd dressed in shabby clothes. I'm going to walk into a palace where all the emissaries of the world gather. I don't have any reason to be there. Pharaoh's not going to listen to me. So that's why he asked the question, who am I that I should go to Pharaoh? Listen, this week, I want to encourage you in your small groups, as you read the book, as you consider and listen for God's voice, to really do the hard work of considering these three unwords. Because if you consider them, that's what makes the next movement in this story so great. I want to read now verse 12, because God's response to Moses about him being unworthy, unimportant, unknown is not, no, Moses, you're better than you think you are. No, Moses, you've got power. You're a good guy. You can do this. God doesn't refute all of his, his denial that he's the guy. What God simply says is this. Listen to this. This is powerful. Verse 12. He said, but I will be with you. And this will be a sign for you that I have sent you. When you have brought the people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Did you hear that word? Maybe that's the word you need to hear this week and this day as you consider the purpose for your life. God is saying to Moses, and God is saying to me and you, I will be with you. And God with us is all the difference. It takes all those unwords and turns them upside down. In fact, when we ask the question, who am I? God readjusts that thinking by saying, you're not unworthy. If you were unworthy, then I wouldn't have sent my son Jesus. We can't be unworthy if God valued us enough to send his son to die for us. You might be thinking, hey God, I'm unimportant. But God says, you can't be unimportant because I created you with a purpose and I have an eternal purpose for your life. And you might be thinking, hey God, I'm unknown. But God's going, you're not unknown. Because like on the mountain all those years ago, I knew Moses' name and called him by name, and now I'm calling you by name. I believe our time together in this study called On Purpose is God calling each of us by name, reminding us that we're valuable through Jesus Christ, and assuring us that we are important because he has a significant job for each of us to do. Guys, to live life on purpose is to discover who I am to God, not who I am to myself. My prayer for us this week is that we will all ask the question, who am I? And we'll listen to God's answer and not our answer.